Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. God bless everyone. God bless to everyone. As acting like I'm on Periscope or something. Yeah, man. Another day to be blessed. The birds are chirping and the animals are out and everybody's having a good time, man. You know what I mean? It's Eyes Open Media. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. We're gonna talk about our investments, Iraq, of course. Man, the birds are really going. Hopefully that doesn't overshadow my talking, because they're having a good old time. Might be breakfast for them, so they're telling their mothers and fathers to go out and get them some food. I don't know, but anyways, at the courts, just did a nice bike ride. Let's talk about Iraq, okay? Because Abadi is once again holding Mosul, right? He's holding Mosul hostage. He's holding Mosul hostage. Now, what happened with Abadi is what we said was going to happen. It wasn't going to work, right? Let me put the basketball down. As you see, playing ball. We said that Abadi's, their distraction of Abadi and trying to use him as a delay tactic was not going to work. And we found out that it's not working, right? So Abadi went back to work as a defense minister in the liberation of Mosul, right? So we lost 2 weeks because of that. So it was supposed to, I gave a body to the 19 plus 3 days. So you might want to add 2 weeks onto that. We lost 2 weeks because of Abadi, okay? They took the defense minister and man, the sun's coming out. Whoa, look at that. But anyways, they took the defense minister and they used him as a delay tactic. They took 2 weeks from us. 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks. So I don't know how many days in September. 31? Or is it 30? I can't remember. August. August 30th is the last day. There's no 31 in August, I believe. I'm not sure. But just count 2 more weeks. It sucks, man. They took 2 weeks from us. Okay, so we gotta add 2 more weeks onto that because that's how long it took to get Abadi back into work. Okay, so it took us 2 weeks to get him back, and now he's back. So he needs 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks behind now for them to publicly announcing this thing. Obama and his team said that they were going to announce that they were supposed to be done with this thing in September. Then they came out last month, or I think it was 2.5 weeks ago, and said that they were 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Well, guess what? Iraq heard about that, and they went after Abadi. Now they're no longer 2 weeks ahead of schedule. They got those 2 weeks back. You see how that plays out? So Obama's team says Iraq is 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Then Abadi hears about that, and they go after the defense minister for 2 weeks. And now, so now because of that, we're back on the schedule of mid to late September. Well, guess what? October 1st is the global reset with the Chinese yuan being activated by the IMF into the SDR basket. Why are they playing with themselves? I don't get it. I don't understand it. But at the same time, this is who they are. They don't want to do this. They're being forced to do this. But at the same time, we have to allow them to finally do it on their own because they're going to be the ones living in it, like I've said over and over again. And I think a lot of you guys are starting to understand that as we wait and wait and wait, we need to understand that they have to do it. We cannot force them to do it. The IMF can force them to do it, but what is that going to do? It's going to all it would do, it will crash Iraq in 6 months because they don't want to be forced to do anything. But they're gonna have to do this because they need to keep their country afloat. So raising the value, going into a global market economy, giving the people purchasing power is the only way that they're going to be able to survive the next 12 months because they can't get any loans until they do it. Now, they got some world loans when the whole world got together to give them some loans. They got that, but that's nothing. That was like, well, how much was that? Like, I don't even know if that was like 2.1 billion. They need what, 6-7 billion to survive every month. They're not even getting that. That's why they keep needing more money, because that's why they have so much deficit, because they need about 6 to 7 billion dollars a month to survive, and they're only getting like 4, maybe not even that anymore. So they got a big deficit, but as we said before, they really don't have a deficit, because if they raise their value, their deficit becomes a surplus. So they have this currency that they can use to get out of their situation. So as they beg the world for money, the world says, use your currency to get out of this situation. You're in the situation because of your currency. You're not in the situation because you don't have money. You're not in the situation because you don't have oil. You're not in the situation because oil is low. You're not in the situation because of nothing. You're in the situation you're in is because you have not raised your value of your currency. And Iraq knows that. But they still beg for money because they don't want to raise their currency. Because they know they raise their currency, well, the government knows they raise their currency, the people will come into power. The people they call peasants will now have power, purchasing power, and they'll also be able to purchase things online, go out. Their money will be 10 times more than other countries' monies, 100 times more than other countries' money. These people are going to have wealth. Can you imagine waking up and your currency is now 10 times currencies in other countries, and you can go to other countries' websites and buy things for like dirt cheap? The other country has to buy for $100 for their currency, and you can go on that site and use your currency and you can buy it for $1. That's wealth. Okay, so when your currency comes back up to $1, 3 to 1, they're gonna have this massive purchasing power that they can use around the world. They can go travel. It's gonna be dirt cheap to travel for these guys because it's 3 to 1. A hotel room's $100. You're only paying 30. It's 3 to 1. Everything's 3 to 1. If a good hotel room's $80, you're not paying nothing at 3 to 1. You see what I'm saying? So they're gonna have the purchasing power to leave Iraq and to fly around the world and do other things. They're also gonna be able to have the purchasing power to buy weapons, right? So they're gonna be able to gun owners, just like America was when we were coming into our existence of the world dominance. We became gun owners, right? Second Amendment. Now, of course, America is going downhill. So what are they doing? They're taking away the guns, right? They're taking away the guns because America's going downhill. They're not taking away the guns because America's great. When America was coming into its greatness as the world reserve currency, they were allowing guns. The Second Amendment was the right of the people. Now America's going the opposite way with trillions in debt. Guess what they're doing? They're taking away your guns. Why? Because they know that massive chaos is going to happen. That's why. And the government is fearing for their lives. So they want as less guns on the street as possible. But beforehand, America was great. They didn't care about guns. Matter of fact, owning a gun was looked at as an American. Now, you can't even fly the American flag. People complain about the American flag in people's homes, apartment buildings. If you walk around American flag, people look at you with an angry face, but yet they're walking on American soil. They're and that's because that's mind control. Can you imagine walking in another country and seeing that country's flag and being angry? Somebody put that in your mind. Somebody over time has mind controlled many millions of Americans to be angry at the American flag, but yet they walk on the American ground. Yet they're able to become wealthy in America at any time. You can create an idea, create a website, post it, put a PayPal link to it for payments, and become wealthy overnight in America. How many places can you really do that at? A lot of places don't even allow you to have internet. And soon, that's going to be America too. What's Obama about to do? They're going to privatize the internet. That means they're going to be able to control the internet. What you say, what you do, everything. Why? Because America is on its way down. This is what you do. This is the evidence that you have to do when a country is on its way down. You have to come after their guns. You have to come after their liberty. You have to come after their constitution. You come after their flag. You come after their internet. You come after their civil rights. You come after their freedom. Why? Because it's on its way down. The only reason why a lot of people don't believe America's on its way down yet is because the dollar is still at 90 plus purchasing power. But when that dollar when that dollar breaks below 90, people are going to be going, oh snap, something ain't right. Because not only is the Feds printing trillions of dollars, not only are the Feds can't raise interest rates, and if they do, everything's going to crash. And I think they probably will do it when the dollar's at 20,000 plus, and that's how you're going to see the major crash back down to about 12,000, 13, 14, 15,000. Okay, but as these people don't know, that is a secret, another secret wealth transfer for those that do know, and those that were on my Patreon, you guys know what I'm talking about. And I will try to bring Patreon back up. I'm going to, ask who wants to be in it, post RV. Right now, Patreon is just sitting there idle. I will come back to it post RV. I don't think there's no need to talk about it right now. So I will, if everybody wants to jump on Patreon post RV, then you guys need to let me know. Okay. But, other than that, so that's how you do it. So what's Iraq doing? Iraq's going the opposite way. Iraq people are fighting for justice. They're fighting for equality. The government's gonna be giving them permissions to have guns and things of that nature here soon. They're doing everything America was doing when we were about to become great. Iraq's going through that process right now. Reforms, currency reforms, banking, all the reforms that they need to become a great, wealthy nation, right? Wealthy country. They're going through it right now. Removing corruption. Everybody's corrupt, but they're still removing it, right? Not tolerating corruption is probably the best word to use, right? Not tolerating corruption. So that's what we're going through. That's where we're at. Sauter's been a little quiet. He did give the people off till September. So like I told you guys before, at the brink, that's probably when we're going to see everything, right? So, what's going to happen with the people? Because they had a whole month of August off from protesting. Are they going to be crazier in September? If a body continues to delay Mosul when the citizens know it's liberated? At the brink, they will release everything. At the brink, they will release. At the brink, they will release. I expect the citizens to go crazy in September. Because that's the 1-year anniversary of a body putting his life on the line and saying that he was going to, was it August or September a body did that? I can't remember. It was either September or August that a body comes out and says, I'll give my life for the reforms. Well, here we are a year later. Still no economic reforms. We got some reforms, but we don't have economic reforms. We don't have the financial reforms for the citizens. That should have been his number one thing, start of 2016, to make sure that was done. But that didn't happen, of course. So here we are, late 2000, and we're not in mid 2016 any longer. We're in August. Okay. Some people might say, yeah, it's kind of mid. It's the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's maybe the mid of the year, and then the 9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th is the ending. Well, okay, you can say that, I guess. But it's going to be interesting because the only person that can change the rate at any time is Dr. Shabibi under his mechanism. Now, of course, he can do the mechanism, and then Allah can say, I did it. You know what I mean? But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. It's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. I want the citizens to go crazy in September, because at the brink, that's when it's going to happen. At the brink. See, they tried to do the all the begging and all that stuff back then. That didn't work. They camped out. That didn't work. You know why it didn't work? Because Sardar's working with a body. Sardar's working with the America. If Sardar has 1 million people, there's no reason to wait. But the problem is that a body's telling Sardar, look, we don't have the banking, electronic banking. We're not completed with this. We're not completed with that. We're not completed with this. How can we raise the rate? And then Sardar pulls back and says, oh, okay. So why did Sardar pull back from August? Because a body told him, we're trying to get, the CBI is trying to get all the banks to be electronic banking at the end of the month. So that means that that's a clear sign that we have Mosul, because Mosul and Fallujah are going to all have the electronic banking by the end of August. So Sardar said, all right, no protesting. Don't protest. They have the bank. They have the cities. Don't protest. Wait 30 days. So now in this month, we're going to see if a body gives us what we're supposed to have. Because we're supposed to have Mosul in this month. But it looks like they're trying to delay it by 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think that's it for me. I think I've done enough talking for this morning. I'm going to go play some basketball, finish up playing basketball. And I hope you guys enjoy the day. The Peshmerga forces did their job. They did a beautiful job, didn't they? Coalition forces came in there and wiped everybody out. Peshmergas come back in, and then they wipe out whoever is still hiding behind. Iraqi forces are going to go through and with the IED trainers and remove IED and things like that, and take pictures and say that they did the job. That's what we're going to see. So this week coming up, we're going to see Iraqi forces continue to announce that they have liberated more villages, and then they're going to start taking pictures. It's going to be a picture show for the next 2 weeks, as everything's already done. So now you're just going to be taking pictures and removing IEDs. So look for that. Look for taking pictures in clean uniform with guns as they liberate more villages, and then also you're going to start to hear about removing IEDs and hazard materials and things of that nature from Mosul area. All right, so that's what we're going to be looking for this week. A body that's not going to come through as more delays continue for him. He's pushed this thing out 2 weeks with Abadi's distraction. Okay, so look for Mosul in first week of September, second week of September, whatever you want to say. Sometime around there is where I'm going to look for it now, because I'm adding 2 weeks from my 19th deadline, 19 plus 3 day deadline, which puts us in about the first week of September, somewhere around there. So I'll look for Mosul the first week of September. If he gives it to us this week, I'll be shocked and I'll be surprised and I'll be happy. Okay, but in my case, I'm looking for the first or second week of September now, because I've added 2 weeks as the delayed 2 weeks with Abadi. Okay, so that's on me. That's what I'm doing. You guys can do whatever you guys want to do on that. But when he gives us to us, we're going to be very happy, because we know, and he knows, and the Iraqi people know what's going to happen as soon as he gives us Mosul. There's a reason he's holding Mosul. There's a reason why he's holding up Mosul. There's a reason why he's holding Mosul close to his heart. Because when he gives us Mosul, it's all over. It's over. It's over. All right? So just understand that. When he gives us Mosul, it's over. And I think he's going to give us Mosul in September. Okay? So I'm adding 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Man, I can't wait till this thing is over. The relief when this thing is, when he gives us Mosul, the relief that's going to be in me. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a relief that you never had before, man. It's going to be an emotional relief and just thanking God, because we know when he gives us Mosul, he's given the world back to Iraq. Okay, so that's it for me. Eyes open, and that's it, man. Let's see if we can get maybe some prizes this week on Mosul or some type of anything else that they do. Maybe some laws or something like that. I know they're working on amnesty. They're not really working on amnesty. Okay, they're talking about amnesty. Amnesty has been done. Okay, they just need to announce it publicly, and they won't do that, in my opinion, until they give us Mosul, and then they give us maybe a 1-to-1. Then amnesty all of a sudden, oh, we can, well, yeah, amnesty. Yeah, let's vote on it. Everything's good to go. Oh, you bull crappers. You soap operas. That's who they are. All right, so that's it for me. Eyes open.